Do you see LinkedIn as oversold to the point that it is too cheap to ignore as a long?
Yeah, it's a question that I've actually gotten a lot, and we can argue that any which way, because for a large cap company to gap down 40-50%,
That's crazy.
just doesn't really make a lot of sense, right? Unless it was just a self-inflicted wound on the part of management coupled with bad market. But I will say this, and this is actually important, that sell-off on that print in terms of volume was basically 3x any other trading event in LinkedIn's history. That basically means that LinkedIn saw an exodus. That wasn't bad print, bad market, bad guide. That's an exodus, right? Now, when we think about what LinkedIn did to the buy side this quarter, we could say, oh, well, is LinkedIn oversold? To answer that question, you basically need to have a belief of whether you think LinkedIn is going to show enough to get people to chase this print again, right? Yeah, beat and raise is likely coming because the guidance was so terrible. But the question is, with so many people just getting absolutely destroyed on that last earnings release, with the amount of volume that occurred on that print, that was an exodus. I don't know who's coming in to step back on that, to step in to chase that next print. I'm not saying that it can't go up, but I'm just saying that it's a tough setup because I don't think a beat and raise is going to be enough after what management did to the street that quarter. So yeah, I mean, we can look at where it was pre-print, pre-4Q15. We can look at where it is today, and we can look at that gap and say, holy moly, that's a huge buying opportunity. But you really, really need to have a ton of confidence that management is going to say all the right things on the call. And that's really what matters the most when it comes to LinkedIn. So I wouldn't look at the chart as as a reason to come in as a contrarian and buy this thing, right? The reason why it's selling up, the reason why it's down so much, is because management has lost the street.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I would proceed with caution on LinkedIn right now. I mean, look, from a fundamental standpoint, it is a name that we have liked. We were long, up until the 4Q15 release. But at the end of the day, there's this growing risk there's always this risk that management is going to run you over with a light guide at any given point because they have no problem rebasing expectations. We're kind of now in a position right now where the only thing that's really going to save that stock is very bullish commentary from a management team that really likes to temper expectations. So yeah, I mean, I would rather just avoid that one for now. I think it's going to take more than one print for this story to recover.